It's Thursday, and that must mean it's time to talk Broken Arrow football. That man right there is Travis Hill. He's the head coach of the Broken Arrow Tigers. This is brought to you by Tulsa Accident Care Center. We're going to get to them in a bit. First of all, let's get to another game over in Arkansas. Man, you had a thriller in overtime against Fayetteville. Didn't go your way, but a terrific football game. And I know that they made kind of a big call going for two there in the end. Tell me a little about the game itself, though. I mean, I didn't see the whole thing, but it sure seems like it was a slugfest.
Oh, that's probably well put. And if you're going to get tested in a environment that you really has the opportunity to make your team better, we got tested. And so I think in a lot of ways, Rick, we passed the stress test. That's kind of what I referred to it all week, and that being the way that Fayetteville goes about business, the high tempo offense, and a variety of looks defensively, and they come after you in all facets of the kicking game too. So I think we did well. But we still got obviously to improve upon ourselves, and that's always been our concentration here, and we need to continue to do that. So it was a heck of a football game, Rick. What I thought could be an offensive shootout turned into a little bit of a defensive struggle there, and had to go into overtime. And like I said, it's come out on the short end of the stick there. But like I said, our whole intentions, which will be every week, is to stay healthy and get better. I did think we got better, but like I said, if we can, that was like a semifinal football game, Rick, as far as the environment, as far as the type of team you were playing. So it goes to show if we want to continue to fight for our dreams, then we got to cure the little things, and that's what we're working on.
So, what things were you really happy with out of the game?
Well, I just thought we tackled so extremely well defensively. I've always said a great defense. I don't care what you line up in and what you do. If you don't tackle well, it doesn't matter. So I thought we tackled extremely well. Our effort across the board was outstanding. So we got a bunch of players that are willing to play hard week in, week out, practice hard, prepare hard. So those things are starting to show up. I was very proud of those ideas and the intangibles, what we really call non-negotiables at the same time, Rick. But there's no way for me. I can't hold them down and make them do that. They got to make a choice on that, and they made some great choices there. Like I said, so happy with all those things. No turnovers, learning to take care of the football. So a lot more positives than negatives. But like I said, there's still a few things there we got to work on, and that's on ourselves.
And you ran it well. Octavian had about 129 yards there, and you got a big night from Peyton Lang, who had 5 catches too. What
Yeah.
else was going well for you offensively?
I just thought up front that that's where it all starts. I think we were the better team in the trenches right there. I don't think we really got, and I still think we're looking for a little bit of an identity on our offense. That's not a negative. I don't. That may sound negative from your head football coach. I just think we got a lot of talent over there. As I aforementioned, our offensive line is big and a very positive. The big doesn't make you good, but it's a good start. And they're playing hard. So I just think it's an identity over there that we're looking for. We're trying to find. But I think offensively, we got a lot of tools. We're going to continue to get better. Jay's been pretty conservative, Coach Wilkinson. So there's a lot of positives over there. But like I said, we're still not know exactly who we are yet. Rick's the best way to put it. So that's something we've been working on and trying to find our identity. And then once we have an identity, then we can put that wheel on the other team.
Yeah, and that happens. It
Yeah.
does take a while with a team, with a new staff, with everything. I mean, it's not that it's unusual that you find yourself, but you found yourself with a win and a 1 point loss in overtime,
Yeah.
which, I mean, there's no such thing as a good loss, a wise coach once told me, but you do take positives from it. Now, on the other side, what do you want to work on out of this game?
On the defensive side, we basically we're a very multiple front defensive football team, and what we've done is we've been rather conservative. We took one of those fronts into game one, and we took the other one into game two. Now comes the mixing, and you say, well, why don't you do that? Or it's a process, like you just mentioned. Both sides of football, kicking game included. So the kids, let's see how they meet the challenge now of mixing those two front concepts, and there's even more all the other options that we have defensively. Because again, we can mix and look really cool and all that other stuff, but if we don't know what we're doing and we're not sound defensively, then it doesn't matter. And then the last thing we want to do is take away what we have been doing extremely well defensively. Like I said, is playing hard, tackling well, and if those things don't ensue, then it really doesn't matter. So we want to make sure that we keep those things going the right direction, and now see if we can mix it up a little bit, so to speak, and put the offense on their heels.
Yeah, and literally one of the commonalities around football, whether it's college, high school, or whatever, right now is simplify. So many
Yeah.
coaches are saying, "Man, we've been throwing too much at players for years and trying to, kind of fool ourselves, if you will, with all the stuff we're doing. And in the back in the, it's blocking, it's tackling, it's all those simple things. And so taking some of that, and making it simpler for teams, that's what a lot of coaches are trying to do. Are you doing the same?
Yes. You want to play fast. You want to do the fundamentals. They're more important than the scheme. Okay. And that's kind of what we're talking about. And I know this is going to be a kind of a little negative thing, but our kids these days aren't in tune with the understanding of the game
Mm-hmm.
as well. So once you throw that out in the education of the game, it's a chess game. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces there, and I don't think our kids understand all the moving pieces as well as we did many years ago. Now it's a little bit more complicated game too, by the way, Rick. So that adds into it. But due to that, I think simplifying and letting your kids play hard and fast instead of thinking hard and fast goes a long way. And every coach has their philosophy. But like I said, we want to give you a multi looks, but if you really could break us down and you say, hey man, they're practicing the same thing just in a lot of different ways. So Rick, I think it is a contagious thing and something that definitely we will strive to do.
And we've got Mustang coming up and a home game finally, which will be really
Finally.
nice. We'll talk about that in a moment. I want to remind you about Tulsa Accident Care Center and how you can do all the things you need in one place. Don't want you to have a car wreck. Don't want you to get a fender bender. Don't want any of those things to happen. But if they do, you want to go to one place, not 10. You ever gone to your doctor and then have them tell you to get blood work somewhere else and imaging somewhere else and PT somewhere else? You don't have to do that at Tulsa Accident Care Center. Their location in Wasso, Broken Arrow, and Tulsa will get you all those things in one place. Plus, no out of pocket costs when you walk in off the street, and you can just walk in there and say, I need help. And you're going to see the doctor, you're going to get your medicine, you're going to get your PT, you're going to get it all in one place. A much better deal than driving around all day. You don't have time. You have other things to do. So don't waste that time. Go to any of those locations or just call 888 8080. It is that simple. 888 8080 for Tulsa Accident Care Center. Now, I've seen Mustang. I know they beat UConn 44-20, and I'm sure you've already gotten into the tape. We'll talk about your team being home in a moment. Let's talk about Mustang first. What'd you see in that game?
Well, they've had their skill levels excellent. They've acquired a lot of fresh faces that has made their team a very exciting team, fun to watch. They got two corners, a long team that when you got corners that are 6'3" and 6'4.5", that can run. I mean, they're just not tall kids out there that aren't any good. They can really run and pressure you. I would think Bill Belichick would tell you that if he's had the NFL draft now for the North Carolina, the first thing he's going to go after is corners because now that allows him to do all this other stuff inside. So they've done a great job fulfilling their skill deals. Obviously, they got the Florida State commit at quarterback that's come in from California, does an outstanding job throwing the football around. So put skilled kids together and a kid that can get it to them. Okay, that causes you a lot of problems, and they're very multiple with what they're doing too. So it'll be an exciting game, and it'll be an intriguing game.
To me, in the years that I've gone over there to watch them or they've come here, they play more like East Side teams than most West Side teams do. They've got a tougher mental edge to them. At least they have had in the past. Are you still seeing that?
I would agree with that, and just a little education process through it. Mustang and UConn are the two suburban schools that have not broke up yet. So they got a large population, a little over 3,000, I believe, both of them. And so they got a good majority of kids to choose from. And they do. They can be a physical football team. That is the one over there that's had some success. Not just recently. They've been a good average football team, but man, in years past, they are the team that can pop up and has had success beating East Side teams in the playoffs. Just haven't ever got that big gold ball here recently, but they are definitely a team to be reckoned with over there, and that could come out on top as far as on that side of the state.
Now, you told me after, before week one, you were kind of good with going on the road early, no distractions, that kind of thing. But it's going to be probably pretty doggone good to be home, isn't it, Coach?
It will be after 2 weeks. I think what's going to be good about being home is I will actually get home at midnight or 1 instead of 3 or 4 in the morning because we do a lot of work after that. Just me, I do. So that being said, that will be as fun as anything. But Rick, as you well know, it's a different set of distractions now. So it's a different agenda. But I do think that's more positive than having to get on the road and make the travel and all the arrangements to go there. So if our kids will take advantage of it, like they're going to be demanded to do, it should be a positive, and like I said, reap the benefits of being at home and having a little bit more time and a little bit more feel good about where you're at and what you're doing.
Yeah, and like you said before, if you've never been to a home game in Broken Arrow, it's an event now. That whole area, the band, the whole thing, it is absolutely. And An event. There's no question about that. What is it you want to see your team do the most better? And that's not great English, so sorry,
Yeah,
English
yeah.
professors.
You're gonna
In week 3 than in week 1 and 2.
you're gonna get kind of that better back at you. I mean, I know that sounds simple and not complex, but if we get better, we're probably gonna go win the football game. Well, you're cocky. No, I'm not. I just said if. I didn't say we are gonna go. If we can get better, and that's what our agenda is on every day to just get better. It may be a little step, a big step, just get better. So really what we want to do is go out and continue to play at the pace we've been playing at, play hard, and now just get rid of. Here's the thing we got to do, and this is part of getting better. We got to get rid of our little simple mistakes. Uh, like I said, we're playing behind the chains. We were on the road. It's loud. It's going to be loud over Broken Arrow too, regardless of whether it's our home crowd or not. And they're not going to hush up when we're on offense. They're going to still be loud. I was jumping off sides. There's a reason why it's 1st and 10 is a lot easier than 1st and 15. Stuff like that. We've had some holding penalties at timely situations. Maybe we won't get them at home. Rick, though, but we've got to just get rid of that little stuff. And if we'll get rid of it, nobody's going to play a perfect game. But if we'll get rid of the little stuff and not shoot ourselves in the foot at times, then I got a chance that, like I said, I think we got a chance to be a good football team.
It is always better when you don't move the chains backwards. There's no doubt. Well, Coach, we're going to let you head on to work, and we'll visit again next week. Good luck Friday night.
Rick, I appreciate you guys. Have a great day, man.